All right, today we're diving into a place that is just layers upon layers of history and culture. Morocco. It's a kingdom of incredible contrasts, where the ancient world is woven right into the fabric of modern life. So what's the secret sauce here? What makes it tick? Well, let's find out together. Okay, first thing you've got to understand about Morocco, it's not just a country, it's really an ancient kingdom. For 3,000 years, it's been this incredible melting pot at the intersection of Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, where continents, cultures, you name it, they've all come together, sometimes clashed, and ultimately merged into something totally unique. So what is it? What's the secret to its magic? This captivating allure that's lasted for centuries? Well, that's what we're here to unpack. We're going to take a journey through its geography, its incredible history, and its culture to get to the bottom of it. First up, you absolutely have to start with where it is on the map. I mean, its entire identity is shaped by its location. It's everything. Just look at this. You can't argue with how strategic this spot is. You've got this African nation that's literally reaching out a hand to Europe. It's got one foot in the massive Atlantic Ocean and the other in the historic Mediterranean Sea. This geography, this unique position, has made it a natural bridge for everything. For trade, for ideas, for people, for thousands and thousands of years. And here's something that might surprise you. This ancient kingdom, it is buzzing with youthful energy. Get this, almost 40%, 40 of its roughly 34 million people are under 15 years old. Think about that dynamic. You have this incredibly ancient country being powered by a super young population. That's a generation that's got a pretty complex future to figure out. And that future? It's built on a foundation of history that is just staggering. Here, the past isn't something locked away behind glass in a museum. No way. It's alive, it's breathing, it's literally everywhere you look. Okay, this timeline just scratches the surface, but it gives you an idea of the sheer scale we're talking about. You've got the Phoenicians and Romans setting up shop over 2,500 years ago. Then you jump to these powerful Islamic dynasties like the Almohads. Their victory in 1195 was a huge deal. Fast forward a bit to the 17th century and you have the incredible 55-year reign of Sultan Moulay Ismail. And then, much more recently, you have the French protectorate starting in 1912, which completely changed the game all over again. And you can't talk about Morocco's history without mentioning another incredibly important layer, its ancient Jewish community. I mean, they've been here since Roman times. The community grew over the centuries, especially with migrations from places like Spain, and their scholars and rabbis added so much to the country's cultural and intellectual life. All right, let's switch gears and step into the beating heart of a Moroccan city, the Medina. Now, if you're a visitor, this place can feel like a total maze, right? Just a chaotic jumble of alleyways. But trust me, there's a method to the madness. There's a hidden logic to it all. See, Medinas aren't random at all. They actually follow this really precise, ancient blueprint. So at the very center, spiritually and geographically, you'll always find the Great Mosque. Everything radiates out from there. The city is organized into different quarters for different groups, and there's a really clear line between private homes and public workspaces. Even the shops are all arranged in a specific order. It's a beautifully organized chaos. And this right here, this is Fez, the oldest of all of Morocco's imperial cities. And just look at it. You can literally see that dense, beautiful, and super organized layout that has allowed a city like this to not just survive, but thrive for over 1,000 years. It's incredible. Okay, so let's move beyond the city walls because Moroccan culture is something you don't just see, you feel it with all your senses. It's a feast of tastes, smells, and amazing stories. So let's start with taste. What you're looking at is saffron, what they call Morocco's red gold. And it is so, so precious. The flowers are so delicate, they have to be picked by hand, one by one, right before the sun comes up, just to protect those tiny little threads inside. And to give you an idea of just how much work this is, get ready for this number. It takes 100,000 flowers, each one picked by hand, just to get 1 single kilogram of saffron. 100,000. That's just an unbelievable amount of dedication for this one precious spice. And that kind of sensory experience, it's everywhere you turn. It's in the amazing smell of thuya wood, this super prized material that master craftsmen use over in the coastal region of Essaouira. And it's woven into the stories, too, like the legend behind the Emil Kiel marriage fair. It's this beautiful, tragic story of two lovers from rival tribes whose tears of sadness supposedly created two lakes that are still there today. Okay, so we've got this incredibly deep, rich foundation of history, culture, tradition, the whole shebang. So the big question for Morocco today is, how do you balance all of that with the pressures of the modern world, of the 21st century? On the one hand, you've got this, the face of 20th century modernity. This is Casablanca, a city of huge boulevards, stunning architecture, a mix of Art Deco and Moorish styles from the 1930s. It was a vision of progress, heavily inspired by Europe. But then, you contrast that with this. This is an ancient, weathered Kasbah, deep in the high Atlas Mountains. It honestly feels like it's from another planet, another time altogether. And that is the central tension of modern Morocco right there. The constant pull between these two incredibly powerful, different realities. And this balancing act isn't just about culture. It's very real, it's economic, it's social. The country is dealing with some major challenges, things like illiteracy, unemployment, and poverty, especially when you get out into the more rural areas, which can feel a world away from the big modern cities. And this quote, man, this really hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that feeling of being torn, being drawn to all the cool things modernity has to offer, but at the same time having this incredibly deep desire to hold on to tradition. So, that leaves us with one last really fascinating question to think about. How does a nation like Morocco move forward? How do you build for the future while still honoring a past that's 3,000 years deep? It's a huge question. There's definitely no easy answer. But maybe this image says it all. Because in Morocco, it seems the path forward, no matter where it leads, will always be walked right alongside the immense, beautiful, and always present walls of its past.